Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Art Therapy Thursday and we are going to finish as much as we can on this little guy. We've got his neck and chest area as well as his collar left to do, so we will be finishing that. And we're going to go through all of the things that I have colored this month. So let's do that first. Alright, so I'm just going to get you all ready here. So in Art Matters, we did, let's see, we started with this one here, I think. Maybe? No. We started here. And then this one. And then we started a new chapter. And we did this one. And this one. And this one. And then our next one will be this one. So that is what we have done so far in Art Matters this month. And of course, it is Moja March, so I've done a bunch of Moja Gates pictures. And not only have I done a bunch on the channel itself, but I have a Discord server that we have live channels in. And I do actually hang out in the live channels for a few hours a night and do a lot of coloring. So if you want to join us, just hit the link below the video and come and color with us. There's a few of us that just hang out in there just to color. So this one is she. And then we have this one out of one of her books. And this one here is Free Us. This is a free picture available on her Facebook page. And then we have Thanksgiving. And then we have Leandra. And Leandra sparkles. She's got so much glitter on her. And then we have the Fairy Slipper Orchid Fairy from Fantasy Fairy Realm 1. And she too has sparkles on her wings. And then we have this one here, which is also in the free file on Moja's website, on her Facebook. And then we have this one, which came out of the book. This is the first one that we did on the channel at the very start of Moja March. And then this is also in one of the books. I know the books are no longer available on Amazon in print. However, they are available on, one is available on Etsy and the other is available on her own website. This one here is also out of Etsy. It's from the Forest Realm Fairy 1. And it's so cute. I just love that little frog. And of course, it has a ton of sparkles on it as well. This one here is also out of the book. And this one is not Moja at all. I did do some practice runs for next month's theme for the month, which is Alcohol April. And this one is The Return of the Gnomes by Joe Johnson. This is a freebie that he was offering that our lovely Ashley provided to us. Very cute. And this one is again Moja, and this is out of one of her Color My Dreams books. This one is, it's 5 o'clock somewhere from Margaritaville. It's a lovely book that I was gifted. And this one is also Moja, also out of her Color My Dreams book. And again, Moja, colored out of one of the Color My Dreams books. I do believe it's Color My Dreams 2, which you can find on her own shop. And this one I did at the start of Moja March just to find out where everything was in the picture, because I printed it on Desert Storm paper and lost a lot of the details. So I then printed it on the white paper and colored it in to just to get a feel for where everything is in the picture. So I did color this one twice. This is Meg by Kevin Tao art, and again it was me practicing with markers for next month. And this one is from Grimm's Fairy Tales. Also me practicing with markers on coloring book paper. And I think the paper did very, very nicely. And this is Moja. This is Lucille. Also available on her Etsy shop. And of course she sparkles. She's got sparkles in the sky with diamonds. Because it's Lucy in the sky with diamonds. And this is done out of Summer Cutting Garden by Kirsty Rice. This book was gifted to me and I felt I needed to color something in it, so I painted it. Kirsty Rice's books are a watercolor book, as you may remember from last month. But I was gifted the book and decided that I should do something in it. So I did the mushroom page out of it, and I think it turned out very lovely. And it is watercolor painted with watercolor pencils. And then last but not least is The Colorist from Characters Through Worlds and Times by Christine Caron. Also because I was gifted the book and felt I needed to color something in it. So those are all the wonderful things that I have colored throughout the month. Some on my channel, some just on Discord. All of the non-Moja Gates pictures, except for, of course, Art Matters, were colored on Discord. So if you saw a picture in there that wasn't a Moja Gates, it was colored in Discord. There's quite a few Mojas that were colored in Discord as well. So yeah, I get a lot of coloring done in Discord. All right, so this fella, we're going to finish this fella today. And he will be added to the final page for Moja Gates and Moja March. So let's get started. I'll switch on over to the close-up camera so we can see him a little bit better on his neckline. And we're going to start on his neck here in the back. And we're going to start with some chestnut, because even though you can't see a lot of it on his face, he does have a lot of brown on the top of his head and down his body. So we're going to go in with some chestnut. We've already gone in with the 10% cool gray and the 50% cool gray. Now we're just going to go in with some chestnut, and then we'll move on to the 70% cool gray as well. Just putting in some flicks. Now these are fairly short-haired dogs, so the flicks aren't going to be very long. And then we're going to color his collar. His collar we're going to color red. And that's all fur is just little flicks here and there. Try to stick in the same direction as the fur that the artist has put in for you to show you that there's fur there. Sometimes it's difficult. So we're just following that line. Now we're going to turn just a little bit because this fur comes this way, and it's easier for me to flick in one direction than try to crane my hand in several directions and still keep it on camera for you. So I hope everybody has had a wonderful week. I went out and mowed the lawn this week, and my body decided that it was very angry about it. It's feeling a lot better now. I'm going to sharpen this pencil because I need a very, very fine point. I actually might grab my Varathins. Let's see if I have this color in Varathin, because it will give me a nice fine what is the word I'm looking for? It'll give me a really good fine line. So let's see if we have this color in the Varathins. This is chestnut. I don't think we do. I think the closest we have is brown, burnt umber. Oh, which one's this one? This one might be chestnut. Wait a minute. Nope, that's not it. Okay. So we don't have chestnut in the Varathins, but we do have dark umber. So we're going to put a little bit of that in as well. I wish the Varathins came with the full spectrum of the Prisma Premiers so that you can match the colors and get a good sharp point with matching the colors up. Alright, so we're just going to continue in here in the darker areas. As you can see with the Varathins, you get a really, really sharp, nice little flick, which when we're doing hair is something that we want. I do apologize. Seems somebody would like to sell me something I don't want to buy. So I'm just putting in a few of these darker brown flicks in the areas. Although this is pretty close to that chestnut color. Chestnut, of course, is a little bit more red. And we're up here on his chin, under his chin. And we'll come back through there with the darker French grays as well. And we'll come back through all of this with that darker French gray. Okay, now we're going to go down here to his neckline. We're going to bring those hairs out so he doesn't look like he doesn't have any fur. because the fur sticks off at the body a little. And we'll come down through here with the white fur over top of the black. And then we're going to add some red in there. And like I said, it's easier to flick with a harder pencil, but unfortunately, we don't have a lot of the colors available in the Verithins. And I could go to a different pencil, but I'm not going to. So let's see, do we have, let's see, yeah, no, that's not it either. Okay. So now we're going to go into the 70% and then 90% French gray. And then we'll add in a little bit of black. And then we'll do some white. And we'll go over it again with the 10% French gray. So sharpening up the 70%. We're going to go over here to this side here. Make sure that we get the flicks coming off of his neck. Like so. And he's got his collar here. And the rest of his collar is here. I'm not going to try to go over his collar too much because I'll be going through that with the white. So when I do his collar colors, it'll stand out. Alright, now we're coming into here. Once again, making the flicks in the direction that is provided to us. To get that fur in the right direction, go in the right way. Now we're going to go in with the 90%. And once again, just little tiny flicks. Layering that hair in. Try to keep your pencil as sharp as possible. Which is difficult with a Prisma pencil, I understand. But in order to do hair flicky type things, you kind of need to keep those edges nice and sharp. You can do this by turning your pencil. As you see it start getting a little dull, or by putting it through the sharpener. So next month is Alcohol April. It is also Easter, so we'll be doing some Easter picture, at least one Easter picture. And we're not going to have an artist of the month. We're going to try different artists and different types of work with alcohol markers because I'm not good with them. I'm not fantastic with them. I have practiced a little, as you saw, but I make mistakes, and there are certain things that I know, but I haven't been able to master, if that makes sense. So we're going to experiment with them, we're going to play with them, and we're going to learn from them, and I'll teach you what I know, because that's all I can do. I can only teach you what I already know. All right, now we're going to grab the black, and I'm going to sharpen this because I used a lot of it on the jacket. I'm going to tip that back up where it belongs. No wonder why I can't see, because I had it tipped wrong. All right, so I've got the black nice and sharp. And we're going to go in under here and make sure we define his chin. So that we have a separation of chin and chest. First of all. Because there is nothing worse than losing the puppy dog's chin in his chest. Alright, and then down here we're going to add some flicks into the outer fur. And down in through here. And we're just doing random little flicks. We don't want all his hair to have a lot of black in it, but we do want some black in it. And I find that if you do get too involved in your flicks, you can end up flicking in rows, which can look kind of funky. Don't worry about going over top of the color you already put down. That's perfectly fine. And we're coming down here into the edge here. And after we do the collar, we'll do the white flicks in the edge here, because we don't want the collar color taking over the white hairs. Okay. And then we're going to take our 10%. That's 50%. That's not going to do it. Where's our 10%? our 10% French gray. And again, we're just going to go over the whole thing. Giving that tanny gray-brown color to his fur. Anywhere that we want it to be white, we will add some white later. But I kind of like the tanny gray color that the French grays give it. It also softens up any harsh flicks that you've put in, so it looks more like hair. And I'm just doing a light coat. I don't need to be heavy-handed with it. If you find that your pencil is picking up other colors, just wipe it off. The lighter colors will pick up some of the color from the darker colors if you're not careful. Well, it will even if you are careful, because you're going over top of something fairly dark with a light pencil, and it is going to pick up some of that dark. So just make sure you wipe off your pencil. It will help quite a bit. Alright, now we're going to do his little chest pad here. So again, with the, I know you guys are probably tired of flicking, but it's just a small amount, I promise. And then we're going to start with our 50%. Just like we did on the rest of the chest. And then we're going to go in with our chestnut. And then we're going to go in with the dark umber, especially in the shadow area there. Then we're going to go in with a little bit of black. And gently go over it with, go in the same direction that you colored, otherwise you're going to drag it all over. There we go. So that is his fur. Now for his collar, we are going to use red. Red, red, red. Red room, red room. No. We are going to use red. So we're going to use Crimson Lake, Scarlet Lake, and I need a dark red. Like this one. That's a dark purple. And Tuscan red. So those are the colors we're going to use. So we're going to start off with the Scarlet Lake. Make sure that you go around all of the attachments, the spikes, and the collar clasp. Don't worry about going over the white fur there quite yet. We're going to be re-adding that later. So I'm not going over it very hard, just putting down a light layer. We are going to layer up to that deep red color. And there you go. Trying to do it so you can see it. There you go. Okay. Now we're going to go in with the Crimson Lake. And as you can see, there's some white areas here that have that light red shows through very, very nicely. And we're going to leave those fairly light. We're just going to pull into them a little bit with the darker color. And then as we get into the darker areas, we're just going to go right into them with the Crimson Lake. With the lighter areas, we're just coming right on top of it, barely touching it, leaving those open for the light color. Because we will come back through with the crimson red and darken those up a little bit, fill those in. Basically, it just gave me an idea of where all of those light areas are hitting so that I know where to put the darker colors. Okay, like that. Then we're going to sharpen the Tuscan Red because I used it a lot on a picture. And it's very dull. And then we're going to come down in here where it's the darkest red. And up through here. Making sure we get all that dark red in there where it belongs. Like I said, I'm not worried too much about the lighter areas because I will be going over them with the lighter red. We do want to get all the really dark areas darkened in though. I'm going to have to take the gray and go under the collar because there's a line there that I missed. Because I don't know about you, but I don't really want the collar to be glowing. Alright, and then we're going to take our Scarlet Lake again, and we're just going to fill it all in. Filling in those white areas. Like I said, don't worry too much about the hair because we will be going over it with white. Just make sure that we get all of those areas in so that we get some highlight area. Of course, we can also put the highlights in the white as well as needed. Alright, now we're going to take our black and we're going to do our studs here. So we're going to do some shading on the studs. Like that. And then we're going to take our 10% cool gray, if I can find it, and our silver. So we're going to start with our 10% cool gray. And our silver. And then we're going to go back in with the black. Just to put those definitions back in. Okay. Now this one here is lighter, so I don't have to worry too much about that. So I'm starting off with the 10% cool gray. Oh, we still got the snaps to do too while we're here. The silver. And then the black. So sometimes you'll find that it works better if you go light to dark or dark to light. This is one of those instances that I'm finding it's better to go dark to light, or light to dark, I mean, just because the definition is getting washed out if I do it the other way around. Just going to blend that in a little with the silver. Alright. Trial and error. I've never colored raised studs before. So this is just a little bit of trial and error. I don't like the way this one looks, but that's okay. We'll live with it. I might fix it later. And we're just going to go over this part here. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so our collar buckle. I'm going to go with on this part here. Mostly the light gray and the silver. And then we're going to use a little bit of black here, and here, and here. Just defining the edges here. Sorry. Like that. Giving those a little bit of definition. And then we're going to go back over it with the silver. Blending that in. Adding in that cool gray. And it goes underneath the fur here. So there's a little piece of the buckle under here. So we're just going to put that in there. Alright, there's the buckle. The tag we're going to do in a different color. We're going to grab our black and we're going to finish up around here. Because we missed it. We're going to do the buckle, the tag in gold. So we're going to do this one here. And then we'll do the snap. And then we will do the tag. And then this little fella will be done. Alright, and now we're going to do the snap. Okay, do this part here. And this part here. Like that. Make sure we get up around the bone there. Alright, there's our snap done. And now, I don't like the way that snap looks. Let's blend that out a little. That's better. Now for the gold. So we're going to take canary yellow. No, canary yellow. That's too yellow. Eggshell's too white. Deco yellow. Yes. So we're going to take deco yellow. And here's our deco yellow. And we want dark brown. Or chocolate. And chocolate works. I think that was the one I was looking for. And a little bit of, I think it's mahogany. A little bit of mahogany red. I know, for such a small little thing, need a lot of colors. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to coat the whole thing with the yellow. Like that. And then we're going to take our mahogany red. And we're going to go down the edges and down these little lines. Making sure that we keep the shape of the tag. So don't come in too far, but don't stay right on the edge either. Alright, and then we're going to take our chocolate. We're just going to come in a little bit off of that red. And make make sure that we do the name tag. Like so. And then we're going to go over it again, this time quite a bit harder, with our Deco Yellow. Blending those colors in. I may have to go over the name tag again. The name part. Like so. And then we're just gonna that. And we have there. Now we're going to take our white and we're going to sharpen it up, and we're going to do the white flicks over the collar, and then he will be all done, people. Alright, so let's do his white flicks over his collar here. For some reason this one doesn't seem to work very well. Oh yeah, we still need to fix his coloring down there. Oh, if it's the fact that it's picking up the red, or let's grab the white out of here. Maybe it'll work a little better. Nope. Alright, so the very thin red doesn't work any better. That's at least a little better. It's got the hairs back that we wanted. Now we're going to take the 10% French gray. I'm going to give it a sharpen. I'm just going to touch up anywhere that we may have missed, like up under here. Trying not to get into that red because we don't want to bring it down into his fur. Like so. And the French gray seems to be giving me a little bit better flicks. There we have it. Now I'm going to switch it over to the main camera so that you can see how he looks. And there we have our Chiefers with the teethers. I'll zoom you in a little bit. And there we have him. All done up. His little whiskers and everything. And once again, I want to say thank you to Moja Gates for being a huge supporter of the channel, joining us for Moja March, and hanging out with us in a live chat. I really, really appreciate that. Of course, this is the end of Moja March. Next month will be Alcohol April, and we will be experimenting and working with and trying out different different paper medias with alcohol markers. We will be using different brands of alcohol marker as well, just to see which ones are a little different, or if they're all the same, or if it matters which one you get. Alright guys, until then, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube channel that you watch, including mine. Um, and of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Until next time, guys, bye bye for now.